Hello.
Michelle.
Liz Truss, are you brimming with positivity about this new chapter in British politics?
Well, the thing is, I am Baroness positivity.
Yes,
so
that's
there are
what we
two
want.
positivities on this panel tonight. And yes, I was in the chamber today. Obviously, I was very saddened by what happened to our previous Prime Minister. I was a great supporter of his. And I like the way she's handled that situation. She was very upfront and very supporting of him. And today, I think well, if it was going to be a football analogy, it was definitely 1-0 to Liz. And she absolutely wiped the floor with Keir Starmer, frankly. And
what was that thought, actually? Because I'm just conscious people might not have seen anything out of PMQs. I've got a clip for you, a couple of clips. Let's just play that so we know what we're talking about in case you missed it.
Can't she see there's nothing new about a Tory Prime Minister who, when asked who pays, says it's you, the working people of Britain?
Well, there's nothing new about a Labour leader who is calling for more tax rises. It is quite extraordinary, isn't it, that there doesn't seem to be the ability in the Labour Party to find a female leader, or indeed a leader who doesn't come from North London. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know what the issue is.
Oh, ouch, that'll learn him. Jacqueline, yeah, as you were saying, she was very strong.
Well, this continued for the entire time. And, OK, she's been at the dispatch box in different capacity for a number of years. But it is very different when it's PMQs and you're the Prime Minister. And I thought she was absolutely excellent. And, of course, politicians all have their own style. But she's sort of got this sort of... I could see, or I felt anyway, she's sort of very funny, but she's not overtly funny. She comes out with these quips in this really sort of subtle way. I mean, the answer, the response, when Theresa May had asked her, we were talking about three Conservative female Prime Ministers, and then obviously she followed on from that about the Labour leadership, and they all came from North London. So she came out with actually some very, very good responses, I think.
Martin?
Yeah, I'd agree. She was well prepped and she got to her script well, and Theresa May set her up nicely and she just had to nudge it into the back of the net, didn't she? Yeah. I think she's got the mother of all in-trays as a Prime Minister, hasn't she? She's probably got one of the toughest in-trays of a Prime Minister for probably my lifetime, actually. I think there's a certain relief all round that she's probably going to take things like PMQs a little bit more seriously than the previous incumbent. At times it felt like he was doing, a cross between half an hour's stand-up at his local Rotary Club and back being president of the Oxford Union, And there was a sense that there was actually, like your correspondent said, a debate between the two of them. Possibly Liz Truss has the ability to make Keir Starmer look even more wooden than she can come over as sometimes. And I think it'll be a challenge to him to step up and be slightly more personable. Perhaps his slightly, rather straight, lawyerly delivery was quite a nice contrast for some people with Boris. But I think up against Liz Truss, he's going to have to work to come over as a little bit more human. So it's been very interesting to see how it unfolds. But
I also think, in addition, I think the policies that we'll start to see come forward now, which I would like to see, of course, are very much going to be you'll see more of a contrast, I think, with real Tory policies. Which is what the voters vote for, certainly the ones that vote for us in any event. And I also think that she won't be once she sets her mind on what the position is going to be, along with the Secretaries of State, because they're going to have huge responsibility to deliver now when they're talking about delivering. And she is very determined. She's always done what she's set out to do. And, I mean, even if you speak to other ministers, former chancellors, etc., that she's worked in the same department for, what they have said without a shadow of a doubt, that she was set a task and she did it. And I think that this will follow through and stand her in very good stead, actually, now as Prime Minister in these very challenging times.